see your sister every once in a while. Oops.
My sister in Byron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll see her every once in a while. And yep, she always talks about Pammy, just down in Arizona now.
Oh yeah, I love it here.
Who's
Yeah.
your
Oh yeah.
sister, Pam?
Her name is Sue, and what's her last name now? She got remarried a year ago. Wilson.
Okay.
So she was a Johnson, she was a Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
originally a
Fitzgerald's.
Jensen. So, but she
Okay.
has a really good husband now.
Okay. Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Hmm.
Well, in the essence of time, because it is Wednesday and the guys golf today, so we want to keep them on track here. We'll get this started. Of course, we always record these sessions, so which is great because if you can't tune in, you're able to plug on into Empire Facebook page and watch all of these. So I have the pleasure today of introducing Calvin Mergen. Cal and I and Bruce have worked together for many, many years when we were at KW, and even Pam when she was there too. Cal used to run the whole market center here in Rochester, Minnesota, and such a intelligent mind that we knew he was destined for greater things. But he basically ran our whole office and helped the agents in that office really basically have a handle on their business and where they were at and knowing their numbers. And obviously probably had to do it so much that he decided there's a business here somewhere. So
That's
with
very
his
true.
with his intelligence, decided to come up with his own tracking software called Commitment to Excellence. I don't want to steal a lot of your thunder here, Cal, so I'll
Yeah.
hand it over to you to maybe tell us how
Perfect.
you started this and maybe what was the impetus behind developing all of this.
Yeah, that's very true what you said, though. I started building tracking systems in the market center there, and then people were saying, "Hey, we need tracking for our own business," because I was building it for the office level of things, and I worked some stuff with the region here in Minnesota, in Wisconsin area, and then the agents would see some of those reports, and they would say, "Hey, like." We need trackers. We don't have anything that really tracks our numbers at a high level, so we understand our business kind of like a CEO would run their business and know the key components of their business that are driving it, what's working, what's not working, and to be able to forecast future business inside of your real estate business. Because most people run their business in the rear view mirror. They're looking what's in the bank account. Okay, I got to work harder now. We want to be able to let you see forward in your business, see back, see what's going on right now, so you truly know what's going on inside of your business, so you can make your business duplicatable, predictable, so you're not one of the statistics, because it's like 85% of agents fail within the first 5 years, and a lot of it is they just don't know their numbers. They don't treat it as a business. And I get it, numbers are not the most attractive thing for real estate agents, but it is the backbone to growing your business and surviving and thriving in the real estate industry. So tracking your numbers is crucial as anything you can do in the business. As crucial as lead generation, because you can there's so many people that generate so much revenue, but they don't know where it's going. And then when the market shifts, they're out of the business because they were spending so much money. They weren't tracking what was going on inside of their business. And that becomes crucial right now in our market. That's kind of a little shift and a different market than we've had the last 5 years. So knowing your numbers is more crucial now than ever.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we'll let
So
you take it away, buddy boy.
all right, buddy. All right. Thank you, Kelly. So I'm just going to kind of jump into the program here. And again, the whole idea of this is to make sure that you know your numbers, because if you don't know your numbers, like the screen says here, you don't know your business. And is my screen showing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll jump in here real quick. So on our home screen here is kind of a visual of your business, just gives you a snapshot of what's going on inside of your business. On your active listings, you can actually track your active buyers in here as well. So if you sign people under buyer representation, you can put them in here as an active buyer that is searching. So that way you can see future revenue that is sitting out there in buyers. And then your pending contracts, what do you currently have under contract, and what have you closed for the year? It'll also track all of your cost of sales. So everything that you bring in, where is that money going? Is it going to the brokerage? Is it going referral fees, buyer's agents, listing agents? Where's it going? It'll break it all down and give you a quick little summary here. You can track your expenses as well. So what are you spending your money on, and what percentage of your business is going into operating expenses? And it'll give you a percentage of the money that you're keeping. So the money that's coming in, what percentage of your revenue are you actually keeping? And I know most real estate agents most likely do not know that number. Is they're generating the money, but they have no idea what they're actually keeping. It'll track that for you. And then it gives you a great visual on your homepage. And this is just a snapshot here. So this is not the current time of year, but it shows you what you closed each year. And then pretend we're in September, it shows you those future months' income. So you can see what is coming up in my future months. So you could know right now we're in the month of June. You'd know your July, August income, because a lot of that is already pretty much locked in with the closings that take 30, 60, 90 days to happen, but you're able to see that revenue. So you can make smart business decisions based off of future income that you have inside of your pipeline. All of that right there on your homepage, and then gives you a cash flow as well. So how much income's coming in over the next 15 to 90 days, and how much of it am I actually keeping? So again, you can truly see the net versus just your income as well, because you want to be able to know what's actually going to be going into that bank account. You'll also be able to pull all of this up on your phone. So you can log in, same login that you use to log into the system on your phone. You can see all of this. You can just literally be anywhere you want and see what's going on inside of your business, from your active listings down to closed. It'll also show you closed plus your pending transactions as well for the entire year. And it also will break down your income. So where is your income coming from? Listing income, buyer income, referral, if you're doing leases, other income just for any other category that you may be bringing in revenue from, such as with EXP with revenue share, you can track all of that. If you're doing transaction fees, it'll track that. And then it'll also show you your profitability. Where's your money going to? Cost of sales, expenses, and what is your actual profit of your business? You're able to look at that right on your phone, anywhere, anytime. All of your cash flow and income is on here as well. And it'll do a quick, if you're into tracking your KPIs, your lead generation activities, it will do all of that as well if you want to track your appointments. So listing appointments, buyer appointments, listings taken, buyer reps taken, you can see all of that, and you can toggle any time frame on here as well for that. Let's skip through that one. I want to get to a different screen here. This is a very crucial. So I should preface, before I show this report here, all you're doing inside of this system is literally putting in your goals for the year and then just entering in your contracts. So when you close a contract, putting in that information, it'll literally take you a minute to enter in that contract, and you're going to get all of this data. So it's not like you have to do a bunch of data entry to make all this happen. Just put your contracts in. When you sign a listing, put it in. When it goes pending, change it to pending. If it closes, change it to close, and all of this will automatically generate for you. So this is we called it a CEO board, and this was actually an idea of an agent from Minnesota, a Remax agent, kind of sketched this up and said, hey, this would be awesome in the program. And it is, because this has been one of our best received reports. So it's CEO board, shows you January through December. And color codes, the current months that are closed are highlighted in this teal color. So I can see what we did January, February, March, units, volume, GCI, my cost of sales, my net GCI, my expenses, and my profit. So I can see each month how they shook out from units all the way down to profitability. The current month is highlighted in this black, which shows you closed plus your forecasted. So I can see this month, what does our total look like? What has closed, what's forecasted of that 39. So I can see exactly what's going on and look at my profitability for the month. But again, the powerful thing is to be able to see those future months. What does May look like? What does June look like? And July, if we're in the month of April, I can see those future months, how they're panning out, because everything we're doing today is building profit for our future months. So I want to be able to see that shake out. So it'll show you all those future months, and you can pull this up on your phone as well. So you can see exactly what's going on inside of your business month by month, from units all the way down to profitability.
And if I can jump in, Cal, just real quick, what I love about this, you guys, is, we should never be waiting till, oh my gosh, it's halfway through the year. Where are we at? What are we going to do? I mean, you should be reviewing your numbers every month, right? And or worst case quarterly. And I love this because you could say, okay, we're at the end of the first quarter. Let's look ahead. How is the second quarter shaping up? So if you got to kick it in gear, you have to try something different or beef up your lead gen, whatever, you know now versus, oh my gosh, half of the year's already over.
Yeah, that is so true. To be able to see that second quarter unfolding right now, so you can say, whoa, I got to step on the gas because I don't have much coming in the second quarter or third quarter. Now that we're kind of getting towards that third quarter now.
Yeah, when you put your goals in, you also have a seasonality factor in here, right?
Yes. Yep. So you can tweak that.
Yep. And so based on when the bulk of your business is, you can map that out by month, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to do, how many calls you need to make, how many contacts you need to make, things like that.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by seasonality? Like, how can you adjust that? Like, what do you do internally in there? Are you saying, oh, I do more of my business here, so I'm going to put more of my numbers of my goal in those heavier months?
So there's in the business plan, which I don't have on the screen here, there's a button for seasonality that you can go in there and say, hey, you put your closed production percentages in there. So I close 5% of my business in January, 7% based off of my history.
Gotcha.
And then it will automatically adjust all of your goals according to that. So you just have to put the percentages in there and it will adjust everything for you.
Perfect. Love that.
And especially, I mean, every area is different. Obviously, every market's different. Minnesota, we definitely have a higher peak in the summer months or the spring months than our winter months. So you can, that way, one thing that is nice is you can set the January, February a little lower. So it's not like, whoa, I'm falling way behind pace because everything was equal. Now you can say, okay, I'm on pace because technically I should only be doing about 8% of my business through these 2 months, but it's going to pick up here in the future months.
Perfect. Thank you.
You bet. The other thing too, we do have on here, which is a dashboard. And if you're running a team, you can toggle this to any, your entire organization or any team member on your team, and you can toggle any time frame you want. But what it'll do is give you some very key, powerful information for your business. Closed units, and it shows you this year we've closed 213. And then each month when we close those units. So you can see how that's trending throughout the year, along with closed volume, and then your closed GCI or closed income for the year. And then again, it gives you a trend line of that as well. So you can see how that's trending. And then we also look at your closed plus your projection or your projections. So our projected to close is 25. We've got 8 and 16 and 1 projected volume. So I can look at August, September, October, and then my income as well. So I can see what's coming in the future. And then it does a combination of your close plus your projections for the year. So if everything just ended today as it is, we'd end up with 238 units closed, and then the volume and our income there as well. So it gives you a nice snapshot, and you can toggle that for any time frame. So if you want to look at first quarter of the year, you want to look at January, any month, you can choose that through that drop down. All the KPIs. So if you do want to track all of your lead generation, which is very crucial, especially we're finding more and more people they got away from this during the COVID time because business was going so crazy. They didn't really have to do any of the lead generation. It was all coming to them. And now they're getting back to the basics of, hey, we got to be doing our lead generation, making our contacts and doing all the basics that built our business in the first place. The other thing too is tracking your average sale price and your average commissions. What it will do on this is your average listing sale price in my situation is 220,000, but it also maps it out throughout the year. So I can see how that is trending. Is that going up? Is that going down? Because we just want to have, as a CEO, I want to be able to see these things, because if stuff starts to dip, then obviously that's going to affect future income. If my sales price is going down and my commissions are going down. Also, my average listing commission percentage, how is that this year? So I'm at 3.98. And is that going up or down? Because am I having to discount my commissions for some reason? What am I doing wrong there that I'm also, my commission percentages are going down and I'm losing more revenue because of that? So just things that you can keep an eye on and a pulse on in your business, all right there in front of you on this dashboard.
And let me jump in again, Cal. Sorry to keep doing this, but I just keep having these great thoughts. you know, we get to the end of the year, and I would say maybe October. I know that's when Bruce and I kind of do our business planning for the next year.
Yes.
This is like, you could just pull this up and it
Yeah.
gives you all of the information, because first of all, you need to know what your average sale price is, right? And
Yeah,
you
if you're
need
building
to
a business plan.
know your conversion rates, right? So, and you need to know, how many appointments do I need to set to actually get the, you know, get the deal, to then how many close. And you can just use this dashboard to have all of your numbers then to help you set those goals and percentages and whatnot for your next year. So this is awesome.
Yeah, and that's so true, because a lot of people, they'll do their business plan, but they're just using market averages because they don't know their own numbers. So then it's not a real business plan then, because you don't, if you could use your actual data, how powerful is that to be able to build your business plan off of? But yeah, like you said, most people don't have this data, so they can't.
Yeah, there's
give their
knowing your
actual-
numbers, and then there's really knowing your numbers. And I think, you
Yes.
know, that's where people fall short. So
Yeah. One other tile on here too, it also tracks your list price versus sale price. So you can see how that is as well. And that's something that'll track month by month on here as well. So you can see how that is going for your business.
great for your listing presentations.
Yes. The other thing too, we have like basically a virtual whiteboard. So when you put your contracts in here, it's going to automatically generate this whiteboard for you that you can put up on a TV if you wanted to. It shows all of your upcoming closings, all of your recent closings, and all of your active listings, and shows the newest ones, automatically sorts everything in order for you. So you can see, okay, we've got this closing coming up, and obviously the screenshot's old, so it's overdue. But it'll show everything pertinent to those transactions, so you guys can see what's going on inside of your business. The key trends, we talked about the average sale price, commissions, all of that's going to be tracked on here. One thing that is extremely powerful, well, I'm going to come back to it, because we're kind of on to what's building your business, is tracking your lead sources. So knowing where your business is coming from, what's working, what's not working. We track every one of your lead sources, and we do it pretty detailed as well. So when you put in a transaction, it asks you, where did that transaction come from? And you can just, any lead source that you want, but it's going to track every one of your lead sources. So I can see my top lead sources for the year. Sphere of influence is 49, my referrals 26, sign calls 26, Yelp 19. It'll also break it out by listing and by buyer, so I can see which ones are driving those areas. But then it gets down into the nitty gritty, because this is extremely powerful, especially right now. If you're spending money on certain lead sources, you need to know what kind of revenue, what kind of return are you getting back off of that investment. So here's an example of Sphere of Influence. We've closed 49. The GCI tied to that is 773,000. The net ROI, so basically after referral fees, after I paid out team members, this is what I'm actually netting on that ROI. So I can see if it's generating revenue, but am I actually netting any revenue off of that? How much volume? And then it also shows me what I currently have pending with that lead source. So not only can I see what I close with it, I can see is it still generating future revenue for me, or is that dying off? Is something that I'm not, maybe I've fallen off on my lead generation to my Sphere, and now I'm no longer getting business from it, but it has generated a ton for me. So I need to be aware of that, hey, maybe I need to tap back into my Sphere because I don't have anything pending. But in this situation, I do. Shows active listings as well. You can actually put the investment that you have into that lead source. So if I've invested thousands of dollars into marketing for that Sphere of influence, I can put that in here. Gives me my average commission from each lead source, so I can see how much that is generating. Also my average sale price, and then each month how much money I've made from that lead source. So again, I can see how that lead source has worked throughout the year, as it started out, and then it's been building. So it's very, very powerful information to build a duplicatable and predictable business, because you have this data, you know what wells to go back to for future business, and which ones maybe I should stop spending money in this area because I'm not getting anything from it. But if you don't know those numbers, it's very, very hard to run a smart business without that data.
Cal, real quick.
Yeah.
So all of the lead sources, You have some in there that are standard, but me as an agent, I can put as many different lead sources in as I want and split them up and get really hyper local if I want,
Yes.
correct?
Absolutely. You can literally, you can have a lead source for your grandma's dog, or I mean, you can literally anything you want as a lead source, and be very, like, if you're farming a neighborhood, and you're sending out mailers or whatever, you can be very specific, mailers to this neighborhood as a lead source, and then you can track how that's a return on the investment. Absolutely, as hyper focused as you want.
I think this is brilliant because, you know, we all know that when we spend money, we need to track it and make sure that we're getting a return on investment. And this one screen right here could do all that for you. And all the information that you see is just due to your input of a transaction. And it's, I mean, it's amazing. I think you've come up with an amazing sheet that really helps agents watch their business.
Yeah, and such a crucial thing to be able to track that business and where it's coming from, and what am I spending, what am I making off of that? Because we do get a little when the market's great, we start spending money in certain areas, but now that it's shifting, we really need to be focused on what am I spending my money on, what's working, what's not, and not to not have that data in front of you really hinders your business.
Right. Double down on what works, and here's what you can see
Yeah.
works. I love that.
Exactly. So I'm just going to jump back here on a couple things here. We do have a multi-year trends report. So if you've been using the program for a while, you can get a nice 5-year window of your business, how it's been growing from closed units, volume, and income. And it maps it out each year, and then also each month of the year. So you guys can kind of see some seasonality that you have inside of your business each year. And it just gives you a nice snapshot. Is your business growing? Is it going down? What's going on inside of your business over the last 5 years? So this is definitely something you guys can tap into. If you do have a team, we do have customized leaderboards, and fully customizable to anything you want. You can change out any category if you want to look at closed volume, closed units, closed income, whatever it is, you can change these out. That's on a snapshot report. And then also we do have contests. So again, if you're running a team, this is a team function here where you can put this up on a TV. Hey, we want to focus on who can set the most listing appointments or hold the most listing appointments. And I can choose a different time frame, and it'll automatically generate all of this report for you. And we have the lead source. The other thing that we have inside of here is there's a full financial statement, lead gen KPI tracking if you want to get to the granular level. We do have transaction checklists in here as well. So you can, when you take a listing, you can put in all the steps that it takes to take a listing, or the things that you do when you take a listing, and make sure you get them all done for that property. A sold board, so it shows all of your sales for the year, contests, year-over-year reporting. All of our reports are pretty much customizable. And then custom leaderboards. We also do track all of your vendors too. So if you want to track where your business that you're providing to title companies or mortgage companies, it will do that as well. The other thing too is all of this, you can try it for 30 days. There's no risk or anything like that. It's 30 days to try it. For an individual agent, it's $19 a month. And then, like I said, if you try it and you're like, yeah, it's not going to work for me, it's too much or too little or whatever, there's no questions asked. You just cancel and there's no fees. It's a team is $39 a month, and it's just ctebiz.com, but it allows you to truly have a system that's going to track your business at a high level and allow you to grow your business, because all those top agents out there didn't get there by just winging it. They tracked, they knew what built their business, what to tap into, and how to keep moving their business in the right direction. And tracking is virtually the only way you can do that. Without tracking your numbers, it's virtually impossible to keep growing your business.
Yes. And I think I remember hearing this many years ago. This was a really great example. You know, if two of us were going to drive from Minnesota down to see Pam in Arizona, and one of us had a map and the other one didn't, we both might end up getting there right at some point in time, but the person with the map's going to get there quicker and faster and more efficiently, right? And so this is just the map, the infrastructure and the map for us to really understand our business and get our business going more efficiently and, you know, getting to our goals faster. So I love this. And we've been using
That
this
is such a great
long time.
analogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to get there faster, I mean, you can wing it. You're probably, well, you maybe get there. But yeah, if you have a roadmap and a plan in place, you're definitely going to get there faster and without more speed bumps. And because it is a tough business, and to stay laser focused and understand your business is definitely going to help you.
Absolutely. Bruce, how long have we been using CTE?
Ever since Cal developed it.
So
Yeah,
how long ago
really
was that?
have been
Cal?
one of my beta guys. That's true.
We were. It was a lot of fun, and you know, it has come a long way. There are
Yeah.
a couple of things you know, that you've shown already. I just want to have you let everybody know that there is what you've shown is maybe 5% of what is available, right?
Correct.
And there is so much tracking, and somebody that dives into this could potentially get overwhelmed a little bit. So what you really want to do is take the first 30 days that are free and look through it, you know, without even putting your numbers in, or just put some fake numbers in or whatever. But look through all of the reports, all of the boards, all of the financial statements and tracking and things like that, and pick out exactly what you want to see. And it makes it so much easier. Like for me, I have probably 3 or 4 tabs that I look at out of 60 different things that you could look at, right?
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant functionality that I use every day. It's super easy, not only to track your business, but to forecast for your business as well.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, for $20 a month, you guys, we spend more than that sometimes just going out for dinner, right? So to have the tools that are available in this, and to really, you know, set yourself up for success, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. But
Hey.
we should open it up to any questions. Anybody have any questions for Cal, or like things that you're having trouble with and wanting to maybe know if the system takes care of it?
Hey, this is just Angela here, and I'm just gonna make a comment. Hi, Cal. It's so great to hear your
Hey,
voice.
how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. So anyone that listens to this recording or is on the call, I used to be a team leader of a 250 plus agent brokerage and had brought Cal in years ago. And what I would say is the people who actually execute on this, there's also a saying in our business is like, it's not about a year, it's about a career, you know? And so understanding your business and what it looks like historically with just even a few of the data points, like he said, just putting that in is going to be so much knowledge for your growth and for your outlook in the future. So Cal, this is an amazing product, and just agents I've worked with in the past just absolutely loved it. And thanks for putting this together, because that's a really incredible price to really have a roadmap and a historical data at your fingerprints to see how you're tracking. So I just wanted to give you that kudos. Love it.
Thank you, Angela. Great to hear your voice again.
Yes, back at ya.
Hey, Cal, one quick thing that I want to make sure that you touch on. I want to make sure that everybody knows that this is for anybody in real estate at any brokerage, correct?
That is true. Yeah. Because I did start with KW, and I kind of locked it down to KW for a while, so I kind of got that out there. But yeah, it's open to anybody, anywhere, any brokerage, absolutely.
And how do they contact you? How do they get this? Is it the CTE Biz?
Yep, you just go to CTE Biz. We can do a demo right on the website. There's contact us, there's pricing, there's videos, there's screenshots, there's testimonials, everything on this website. You can contact us right through there. And like I said, we can even set up a demo with you as well. So if you don't even want to try the 30 days free, you want to do a demo, we can do that too.
Awesome. And I know my daughter is on here. She's in commercial. So even commercial real estate agents, I mean, anybody real estate can do this for sure.
Yeah.
So Cal, real quick, do you have a screenshot of the business plan?
I can.
At all? Anywhere?
get it. I should. Is my screen still showing?
Yep.
Yeah.
And is it showing me in my browser?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect.
So the only reason I ask is
Yeah.
I just wanted you to show everybody how super easy it is to just get started, because
Yeah.
you go in and you add your team name. You have an estimated taxes, you have a broker split, a split cap, split anniversary month. And then you just put in your average sale price,
Yeah.
and a couple of other things, and it calculates everything that you need for you to be able to track your business, and almost basically tells you what you need to do every day to be able to hit the goals that you set for yourself.
So yeah, basically I just put in that my unit goal for the year, I want to sell 50 houses, and I can choose how much comes from listings and buyers. So let's say I'm a little listing focused, so I'm 70%. I can put in my average
Yeah,
sale
I'm not
price.
seeing it. I'm just
Oh.
seeing I'm
Did
seeing
it,
like a screenshot of your, of. the
Yeah,
more
it's the
report.
more reports thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, I just jumped in here, and anything in yellow is what you'd fill out. So you can do your estimated taxes. I want that to come out at 30%. My broker split, what am I paying to them? 20%. What is that cap at? I can put that in here as well. It's going to figure out all my cost of sales based off of that. But all I do is if I'm running a team, I can put my team members in here as well. But I put my name in, my unit goal, my percentage, is it listings or buyers? I chose 70% listings, my average sale price, my average commission, and everything else is going to calculate for you. It's going to tell you that's going to be $12 million in volume, 35 listings sold, 15 buyers sold. And then I can see how many listings I need to take, which is 54. If I convert at a 65% rate, let's say I converted an 80% rate on my listing appointments, that gives me 44 listings. So obviously the better conversion rates you have, the less workload you'll have. But what's cool about it too is, so you put this in at 80%, and then it's going to track what you're actually doing throughout the year. So let's say you're actually converting at 60%. Well, now you're going to have to do more listings because your conversion rates aren't as good as the business plan that you entered in. So it's going to alert you that you're falling behind in these areas, and here's why.
And this is why we said it's so important, because if you aren't able to see that, hey, your conversion rate isn't what you think it is in your brain, you're not doing enough activity, right? You think you are, but you're not going to be hitting your goals because you don't know what your actual numbers are.
Yeah. So basically you're setting yourself up for failure because you said 80%. Well, I only have to do 40 listings this year. And then you take your 44 listings and all of a sudden you don't end up with your 35 sales,
right?
And it'll track all of that. So, and then all the way down to how many appointments you need to go on, even monthly contacts and daily contacts based off of those conversion rates. So it'll calculate all of that out for you. So your business plan, this is done once a year. You're going to sit down, you're going to get laser focused on what do I want to do this year. You build this plan. This is your GPS to Arizona. This is the roadmap that gets you to where you want to go. And then the system's going to track your progress. Are you getting there? So it's going to automatically build all of this out. Here's my income tracker for the year. I need to get to 375,000. It will automatically fill this up as I go throughout the year. All of my closed units, income volume, everything is tracked. All of my goals are tracked inside of here. So it will do, as a new person, really your homepage is kind of your only really spot you really need to focus on. It's kind of like when you get a new car, especially nowadays, all these cars have so many bells and whistles on them, so many features. You get in there, it's like, whoa, where do I even start? Stick to the basics until you get comfortable with the car. And then you start, okay, I actually like this feature. I'm going to start tapping into this, whatever the new features they come out with. And then you just, all of a sudden you're using all those new features of the car once you start driving it for a while. Mm-hmm. So it's the same kind of thought process. When you get in here, your homepage will have all of your numbers. And then as you get more comfortable, you can start diving into all of these reports.
Awesome. So like Pam, Carrie, Joe, do you guys track your numbers right now? And if so, what do you use?
I'll speak. I was just looking at I use Follow Up Boss for my CRM. And I was just looking because we have a deals page, but I love this because especially with marketing and stuff, and it would hold me accountable to putting numbers in every day, which is huge. You know, I need to start designating time for that.
Yeah. And I don't even think it's even a daily thing that you'd have to do, right, Bruce? I mean, I know you check it daily, but really even on a weekly basis, you can go on in and go, okay, I did this many appointments, I did whatever, or, here's a new buyer, here's a couple listings I take, just even if you update it up on a weekly basis, to just be on top of what you're doing and what you still need to do is great.
So to answer your question, for me, what you could use it two ways. You could either do it weekly, and it keeps you on top of your business, or there's so much in here for lead generation that if you can use it daily, and it gets you in front of your business daily, right? Because that's what you're doing. That's what we do is we're business people, we're CEOs. And it does get us in front of our business daily, and it creates a daily habit for us. So you could set a reminder just to go in, take a look at CTE. What do I need to do today? What have I done? Do I have any contracts I need to put in? So I would recommend daily, because this is the more you use this, the more you're going to depend on it, and it's going to be the backbone of your success for your business, I think.
Awesome. Yeah. Joe, Carrie, do you guys do any tracking?
Yeah, I do tracking, but I set up some spreadsheets similar to these, not as sophisticated as this. I'm pretty good with spreadsheets, but I could probably design.
And that's the thing too.
It'd take me a couple of years to do this one.
Yeah. That's the thing too, is like, it's so powerful. I mean, just the fact that you're using something and you are tracking, you're way ahead of the game right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and I would say similar. It's, creating my own table and just keeping track of it that way. But yeah, it's nice to know there are other program systems out there that will benefit, the business better.
Yeah. So yeah, if you get to a point where that thing's not fulfilling your needs anymore, like you said, there's options out here. But yeah, just at least you're doing something and you're tracking, because you're way, way ahead of the game right there.
Yeah. Well,
But I would definitely, if you're using a current tracking system, that's great. I think Cal's system is I've been using it for all the time we've been in real estate, and I don't see anything that it's missing, and it's definitely helped us achieve the goals that we've set. But please keep it in mind for a backup. If you ever need something else, either reach out to Cal, reach out to us. We can help see if CTE provides it. And the cool thing that we've learned is, if it doesn't, if you think of things that you want to track but you don't see it, Cal will develop it.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's how the collaboration on his platform has been. Like he said, a Remax agent helped him develop one of the reports. And it's this report right here. And it's just amazing, the collaboration that everybody has put into this, and Cal creates it, and then you can use it. And it doesn't cost any more than $20 a month. Stop going to McDonald's once, and and you'll have this paid for, right?
Yep. I would say, you guys being a productivity coach in the past and whatnot, this was always a starting point for people trying to get more business or getting active in the business was, what are the activities that you're doing, and how many activities does that take to get you, how many calls does it take to get you that appointment? Or, and then how many appointments does it take to get you the listing, and how many listings does it take to get you to a close? And so, when I'd sit down with agents, new ones, obviously, they're just starting to try to develop their numbers, but people have been in the business even 5-10 years. It's shocking how many people don't know what they're doing and what they need to do then to get the goal, to reach the goals that they have. So if you're not tracking, whether it's CTE or a different system, if you're not tracking, find a way to track.
Yes.
And we're just saying you don't have to do this, but this is just kind of, Cal's taken years to think of all the questions, met with thousands and thousands of real estate agents, gotten feedback. And this is just such a superior program that if you don't have one, we highly recommend that you look into it. So.
One last thing or question that I have, since we're real estate agents, and we are all on the go. You had mentioned the phone app.
Yes.
Is that your proprietary phone app? Can you find it on both the
So
Android and the iPhone?
it'll work on, it's basically a web browser. So when I send you the login information, if you use that login information on your phone, it will automatically just convert to that phone app.
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't have to download any, to just log into the login URL. And I can send you that too, Bruce. But then yeah, you just add it as a button right on your phone. So at any moment you can just click and see, okay, what's going on.
Yeah, I've got the button on my phone. I just
Yeah.
couldn't remember if I downloaded it from the Play Store or not. But
Oh,
it's the cool thing is we're all on the go, and we've all got questions all the time about where we are, what we're doing, how's our production, things like that. And if you can get that on your phone, holy mackerel, that's a game changer, I think, because I don't know of anybody else that offers that.
and then to just be able to say, oh, look at next month, I got nothing coming in, and the following, boy, it can be a very big motivator in a hurry when you start looking at some of the cash flow reports and like, whoa, I got nothing coming in 90 days. I got to get my butt cracking.
Well, and
Right.
it's great for a single agent, but what's really even better is if you run a team to try to keep all of that organized and, you know, at a glance, that's the other thing. If you guys have larger teams, this is fabulous because, you know, like you said, you can just hit one of your dashboards and know exactly what everyone on the team is doing and be able to project out, you know, the team goals. So
Exactly.
awesome. Any other questions for Cal, you guys, while we've got him here?
He's a captive audience.
Yes.
I guess that is one last thing is he's always very accessible. You know, if you have questions, you guys, if you try this out and you have questions, you know, we've never had a problem getting a hold of him. And
Except
very
on
responsive.
Wednesdays.
Yes, except Wednesday's golf day. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you, Cal. We really
Awesome. Thank
appreciate your
you.
time and your expertise. And if anybody else has questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'll follow up. We'll post this in the Empire Facebook group so you can rewatch it. And certainly feel free to invite anybody else that you know that might want to participate in these weekly masterminds or take advantage of some of the great information that we're sharing on a weekly basis. So thanks again for spending your Wednesday morning with us. You guys have a great rest of your week.
Thanks everybody for attending. Thanks, Calvin.
You bet.
Yeah.